Alright, this week for Fallout Friday we have an unboxing vid of the newest releases from Modiphius. So let's just see what we've been sent here. Not that I don't know, because I paid for these. We have our Nightkin expansions. So, we've got the basic Nightkin box. So, Super Mutant Nightkins, you've got one with an incinerator and one with a giant rock club, all in their like tribal outfits. And then we also have the Tabitha and Raul pack. So you have two of the companions from Fallout New Vegas. So let's go ahead and crack these open and see what we got. So, this looks to be the better resin as well. This is the grayer as opposed to the more white resin that we saw with some of the newer releases. So they may have redone their formulation based on feedback from the prior. Should be able to tell pretty easily. No, well, no, that does crack. So, looks like they have changed it over. So we've got the Incinerator Arm and holding arm. And this guy's kind of leaned back. Base looks to have some metalwork and cables, possibly a electrical tower or some such. I will never have to buy Ziploc bags again for small parts thanks to these. So again, looking pretty good. Nice detail on the shawl and everything. So let's see. This is a Rebar Club. That's what this is. So it's a bunch of rebar. Let's get that into focus here. Kinda stitched together with the concrete pieces on it. So there's some nice detail on that. As you can see, we've got some flash hanging off. Probably come off with cleaning, because as with all resin miniatures, these will be going through a cleaning bath. Alright, and the base on this one, some more electrical components. This is fairly interesting, like some kind of keypad almost. Alright, let's see Tabitha and Raul. So first up here we've got Raul, obviously on the normal size base as opposed to the large super mutant one. We've got ourselves a toaster and a screwdriver to be stuck in said toaster. So let's bring that into focus a bit. And then, hard to tell what that is, maybe just some drywall or planking or something. And then for Raul himself, got his revolver, very nice details on the face itself, all of the skin puckering and everything looks really good, lots of straps, yeah, so some nice detail on there. And then for Tabitha, ooh, Tabitha is a big girl, so this is, in comparison to a normal Nightkin, that is pretty impressive there. Let's get that. I mean, she is stand out as far as size goes. Same size base though. And the base has radio, so that'll be nice. There's a lot of detail on that to paint. And then as far as weapons go, we've got a missile launcher and an impact hammer, I think that's called. My New Vegas knowledge is not as much, or it might just be a New Vegas super sledge. But anyway, for her, there is a lot of detail. She's got her heart-shaped glasses, her wig on with a little bow on it. Yeah, just lots and lots of fun detail work, all the wrappings, her shawl, and all of that. I'm going to have a lot of fun determining a appropriate Nightkin flesh tone. But that will be the next video, is sussing that out. But yep, lots of details, a little bit of flash here and there. But the mold alignment looks good. Actually, I take that back now. Got a little misalignment here. Coming down the leg and the wrapping, so I have to do a bit of filing on that, which means it should also be present, yep, on the other side. But the other leg looks to be a bit better. It's kind of hidden in the back side of it, nothing on the front. So a little bit of misalignment on the mold is to be expected. It happens with a lot of miniatures, so it will just have to fix that in. But yep, so lots of nice detail on her as I proceed to drop the model. At least you see it didn't break. So, some pretty good resin there. Let's see, there we go. Sitting in the palm of my hand gets a much better focus reaction. Yeah, so I will wash and assemble these, and we'll take it from there. Alright, so we've got the models all put together. First up, we've got our Nightkin with Rebar Club. This is the newer plastic, but I believe it is a slight, not plastic resin, but I believe it's a slightly reformulated. It is still flexible, but I don't think it's quite as bad as the last ones. I do like some flex in it, because it makes aligning things like this hammer hand and the shoulder piece here a lot easier. I did have one problem with his leg. It was a little weak and had a crack in it, and I don't know if that was from manufacturing or from me cleaning it a little too much, but I just snapped it off and repositioned it, and now you can't even see any lines. So he came together pretty good. We got his little skate attached to his arm as like an arm blade, I'm guessing. So I'm looking forward to getting him painted up. Then we have our Incinerator, also looking very cool, also with the skate for the blade. Again, this was arm, gun. So what I did was I attached the arms first, and that made aligning the gun to the sockets a bit easier, especially since this is bulky, obviously, so it cannot be bent to fit. Alright, and here we have Tabitha, and as I said before, she is a big old girl. We've got her missile launcher on the back, the impact hammer, very nice dynamic swinging pose, her heart-shaped glasses and wig, so she's going to be a lot of fun to paint, very characterful. And the radio on her base is nifty too. And since those radios, as anyone knows, will be orange, it'll give it a nice standout piece. And then we have Raul, which he's sitting here fanning the hammer on his pistol. The pistol hand and the left hand are separate, so you can kind of position those a bit, as opposed to some models would have made it a single piece that you would just kind of plug in. I like it better this way because it looks more realistic as opposed to having the hand joined to the gun. But yeah, his toaster and everything's ready to go, so he should be a good one to paint as well. So I was looking at my Fallout 4 Super Mutants. So this is strong. I haven't gotten around to painting him yet. He's going to be one of my next ones. And you can just compare him to Tabitha's size, and he is dwarfed by her. And even the Nightkin are about close to a head taller with a bit more bulk. So you can get an idea of sizing on that. You can also see the difference in color and resin. So the old resin is still a bit grayer. This is not quite as white as the newer stuff that we had in the previous wave, but it's definitely the newer stuff. But yes, so next up on painting will be Nightkin, it looks like. So I'll be playing around with getting that nice blue flesh tone, and we will see how that comes out next week.